How to make your tech house drums smack harder. So the first big point how to make your tech house drums smack harder is, first of all, as always in all the other topics of house music production, sound selection. What kind of drums are you using? Are you using a smacky kick? Are you using a smacky clap? So I'm going to share with you in a few examples in FL Studio what exactly I'm talking about. So this track has a very smacky vibe to it, I think. If we would now exchange the kick, which is this one here, with a kick which is not as smacky, it's gonna make a massive difference. As you can hear already, the loudness of the kick is good, but the sound selection is poor, and that's exactly why it doesn't smack. Same principle goes for the clap. Nah, doesn't smack. Also, if you want to support independent artists like me, just make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to not miss out any house music production tutorials in the future. So let's say you've now chosen all the right sounds and your sound selection skills are developed. There's also a few things you can do now mixing wise to make your drums hit harder. So the first thing we need is intense saturation. So intense saturation is, for example, good for the clap. So usually saturation increases the volume of a sound, but we do not want that. We just want to create more harmonics. Saturation adds harmonics to your sound. Without it, this red dot basically means that it starts to distort, and sometimes this is very, very nice in tech house because we want sometimes the sound to distort. You can obviously use this now on all the elements, especially with the kick. With the kick I wouldn't use so much saturation because otherwise it's going to destroy those lower harmonics. Then the next mixing tip I want to give you to make your tech house drums hit harder is parallel processing. Now in parallel processing we can do obviously multiple things. The first thing we could do is we have, let's say, all those elements, the kick, the hi-hats, the claps, the snares and everything, they all go to the drum bus. We can now create a parallel process drum bus channel. Let's say it's somewhere here because I've already 50 channels assigned. So let's just go here, we're assigned to channel 53. On channel 53, what you're gonna hear now is we're gonna hear the drums pretty much almost a double loudness. As you can hear, they're in the mix way too loud and it wouldn't make any sense. So first off, we're gonna bring the volume of course down. And what we're gonna do there, we're gonna add intense amount of saturation or compression. So then what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring this whole compressed or the saturated extra channel into the whole mix. So let's first of all try it with a bit of saturation with, let's say we're gonna use the decapitator. See how that sounds. Do you hear the difference? As you can hear already, there's not a massive difference to be audible, but if you like add a lot of those little changes, those little mixing changes, that's when the whole track is gonna sound way more smacky and way more punchy. If you're obviously still struggling to do this, because I can imagine it is quite difficult, just wait until the end of this video because I have an online coaching available. I'm gonna explain you a few things, what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna help you to achieve your goals. But let's continue now on the text. Another very important point together with sound selection is, first of all, the pitch of samples and also the groove of samples. Like what kind of grooves are you using? This has like a quite good groove. It's already pitched down a few semitones. If it's not pitched down, it sounds like this. Another very important tip is keep your mixes clear. What I mean by that is, let's say you have elements like the synth loop here. Every instrument takes away frequencies from 30 Hertz until, let's say, 15,000 or 20,000 Hertz. The thing is now, if you have a lot of elements playing in the same time on your track, then your other elements are gonna be pushed more into the background. So how to fix this is very simple. Everything you have to do is to use a sidechain to your clap or to your other drums. So everything you have to do really is to assign, for example, let's say we want the hi-hat and the clap to smack a lot. So I have all those channels here assigned, which is obviously available in my house music production template that you can check out under this video. So there's all those channels already assigned. Everything I have to do really is just to connect it to the high instrument bus with 0% volume, because they all go into the high instrument bus. Then on the high instrument bus, I'm going to install a Fruity limiter, a plugin that every FL Studio producer has, of course. And then I'm going to go in the compression section with 2 fingers, press on the sidechain and assign it to, for example, the clap. So that means that every single time now, bring the threshold down, the clap is playing, those main instruments will duck down in volume. Sometimes this is not really, to be honest, I don't really do this in a lot of my tracks because I think that those instruments have also a purpose, but let's see how it sounds like. So now the clap smacks harder because we're sidechaining it to the high instrument, which are taking the same frequencies. This is actually really good. I think I will do this in my future productions. Another sound design tip I want to tell you how to make your tech house drums hit harder is to use kind of upward compression. So let's say we have this element here, which is this hi-hat. So instead of just limiting this hi-hat and compressing it downwards, as you can see here, we're going to go into compression and do the opposite. So we're going to bring the threshold all the way down. Let's say disable this limiter, bring the threshold all the way down, and then instead of putting it like this, we're going to change it to 1 to 2, for example. So the most important thing is if you do this too much, then your track's gonna have a lot of transients and then it's gonna destroy your master because your track's gonna have all those peaks and it's gonna be really difficult to your master track. So do this technique definitely carefully because it's not always advisable. What will help probably if you increase the attack time to, let's say, 12 milliseconds or something like that, so the transients will not get upward compressed, they stay there. If you're now still struggling to get your house music tracks sound professional and you're tired of endlessly tweaking on the knobs without good results, then I have 2 game-changing options for you. Option number 1 is my DF Originals VIP online coaching, which is a deep dive program where we're going to basically work together on mixing, mastering, song arrangement, whatever you couldn't really learn over my YouTube tutorials. So I'm going to guide you over 8 to 12 weeks personally through online coaching where you're going to improve way faster than having to figure out everything by yourself. So if you're serious about leveling up your house music production skills, message me VIP over Instagram and I will see if you're a good fit into my online coaching. But be quick, there's only 4 spots left before I will increase the price by $50. Option number 2 is the most cost-effective one, which is to join my DF Originals community over Discord. This is basically an exclusive members-only Discord group where we're going to work together with other music producers on mixing, arrangement. We're going to also do bi-weekly coaching calls. So whatever you're struggling with, you're going to be a part of an amazing community of house music producers where you're going to improve faster together. We're going to work together on a few tracks. I'm going to also sometimes send you a few samples, give you track feedback, so you're going to just improve way faster. But here's the catch. For every 10 members who join, I will increase the monthly fees by 50%. So if you want to join for just $10 a month, don't wait. Subscribe now via the Gumroad link, which is under this video, and be part of this amazing group of house music producers. I've already helped a bunch of house music producers to level up their game. Just see for yourself.
You were teaching your process of doing things, right? But then
Yes.
It's good to have a reference to understand how are other people doing it. So right now you told me, right, you're using presets and then you're tweaking. That didn't occur to me. I'm like sitting here and then I want to be original, have my own sounds.
I don't have anything else, but I definitely learned a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
I definitely wouldn't have found any of this stuff out on my own.
So yeah, I think making your tech house drum smack hard is a very, very important skill you need to develop. As I said, start with the sound selection, the pitch, then also the groove of your samples. Like you can obviously change them in your DAW and FL Studio, for example. And then afterwards go into mixing, using upward compression, maybe even parallel processing with compression or distortion, because those techniques will increase your mix, but they will not change your sample a lot. They can make it sound a bit more cool, but I would say definitely stick to the sound selection first and the groove and the pitch and stuff, and then take it from there. Before you now continue scrolling mindlessly through YouTube videos over football or whatever, make sure to check out this video which explains exactly how to produce Avicii type house music. I just made this tutorial recently, it's a really cool one. Make sure to check it out, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you bro in the next video.